What was a sketchy, cheap buy that ended up being one of your best purchases? 1. I bought a fake wood mantel clock from Value City for around $10 because I needed something for my first apartment. I received a surprising number of compliments on it and was even asked more than once if it was a family heirloom because it looked so old. It also lasted for about 10 years until some movers broke it. I was kind of proud to display that stupid, cheap clock. 2. One of those square window-sized box fans technically wasn't a purchase. I found it outside the dumpster of my junior year college apartment back in 2008. I'm a fan of airflow and white noise, so that fan ran 24 hours a day for nearly 11 years, except for when I was away on vacations or during brief periods in winter. Most of that time it was on the lowest setting, but there were long stretches of months where it wasn't turned off. It finally stopped working earlier this year, likely because some critical component burned out. I'll miss you, completely free thing that provided me with a decade of a light breeze and air circulation. 3. I randomly found a wedding videographer online and booked him for a very affordable rate for my wedding, assuming the quality wouldn't be great. 2 weeks after the wedding, he emailed me a high-quality, well-edited video. He even had a drone, which I hadn't noticed because he was outside the venue getting B-roll before I even started getting ready for the big day. I was floored, and now I recommend him to everyone I know who's planning a wedding. Ever. 4. I went to a garage sale where a 12-year-old girl was in charge. I don't know anything about turntables, but she had a set on a table. I asked how much, and she told me $20. I asked if they worked, and she said she had no idea because her dad got new ones and wanted to get rid of these. I waited for her dad, but she said he was sleeping. Finally, she told me, "Dude, just take them." I said, "No, $20 can't be right, maybe $200? She looked at me like I was stupid. "Fine, I'll take them." I drove straight to a resale shop to see what I could get for them or if they even worked. They worked. The shop owner looked up prices and offered me $1,200. Best $20 I ever spent. 5. I went to Mexico with my family, and it was our first time there. After visiting an ancient temple, we decided to go to a cenote to swim and cool off. At the bus station, a sketchy taxi driver approached us, recommending a quieter place for half the price of the popular cenote. Surprisingly, my dad agreed, and we drove off. The driver turned onto a dirt track into the jungle. We were freaking out, thinking it was a scam. But eventually, we reached a stunning crystal-clear cenote with overhangs and plants. We also toured 4 other cenotes, swam under bats in caves, and jumped from a 10-foot drop into a pool. It was an amazing experience, money well spent. 6. I bought a button-down shirt from a thrift store in the mid-90s that I still wear today. The shirt is obviously older, but it doesn't have much wear. I think it's made of rayon and something else. The brand? Kmart. They don't make them like they used to. 7. We bought an Ellis Island boat tour in New York from a guy on the street. We were led into a van and treated well, so we weren't immediately sketched out. But after a 20-minute ride to a seemingly abandoned dock, we were convinced we were being scammed. The men gave us a post-it note with a number and told us to go around an old factory to the pier. Surprisingly, there was a big boat waiting with a bunch of people, and it was legit. The tour was fantastic, with free food and drinks. 8. At the end of a long road trip, I bought a $2 pair of sunglasses at a gas station outside Chicago. They fit me perfectly and made me look amazing. For years, I constantly received compliments and was asked where I got them. I lost them after 5 years and have hated myself ever since. They didn't even have a brand name, and I've spent hundreds of dollars trying to find a pair as perfect as those. No luck. 9. I risked buying a huge box of Magic, the Gathering cards for $200 off Craigslist. It turned out to be worth around $2,000 to $3,000. Best random internet pickup ever. 10. Seed packets from the